Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome to our August pay-per-view here in Coastal Zone Championship Wrestling. Wave of Fury is upon us. The 2022 edition of Wave of Fury is upon us. And we got a pretty fun card. I'm gonna be honest, just completely out of character here. I just wanna, I'm not completely happy with the storylines for, this is just a me thing. If you guys love them, then I don't know. I can be overly cynical of my own work because I overanalyze the shit out of it. You know what I mean? But specifically the matches, what are they, 5 and 6? I'm a little like, I kind of rushed these builds, but you know what? At least they're all in character or adding depth to other characters. Not everybody can have a feud as fun as fucking Heartbreaker, but, speaking of Heartbreaker, he is in our opening contest. I have, actually, believe it or not, we simmed 2 weeks and no real news went down. I think Juliette Belconi's already gone for maternity leave, so, but yeah, in terms of actual news, nothing really went down. So, let's just get into this full card rundown of the pay-per-view. So, kicking things off, we have Air Raid Siren versus Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker, the Lothario. Originally, when we started the save, Heartbreaker was the Lothario, the heartthrob, the overly cocky, I can get any woman I want man. And then one too many rejections and, character bashings finally coming to a head when Air Raid Siren gained his trust, only to kick him in the balls in probably the funniest angle I've ever written on this channel. But, in turn, we've gotten Violent Incel Heartbreaker. And Air Raid Siren kind of created that monster. And she acknowledges she created that monster, and she vows to make things right. But Heartbreaker believed her, but had a backup plan and left her a bloody mess on an episode of Coast to Coast. So, everything coming to a head. Air Raid Siren Heartbreaker in the opening contest. Our second match sees the Beach Boys versus Gangster Nation. After 3 different times these two teams wanted to get underway, the first match they had, the Beach Boys won. Gangster Nation, it was supposed to be the year of Gangster Nation, and they stopped the year of Gangster Nation. Come back a few months later, these two go at it again. Gangster Nation completely rebuilt, retrained. A brand new team, only for Rich and Famous to come in and ruin the match. So, we did not get a true winner there. And then, once again, they tried to run it back on Coast to Coast and see who would have won that match. Winner gets the tag title shots, and then the Q Crew come in and ruin the match. And then, one battle royal later, neither team ends up with a title shot. Now, with nothing on the line, and anything goes, nobody has a reason to run in. Beach Boys, Gangster Nation will finally settle the score. In our third contest, Hugh Day Ask was primed and ready for an Extreme Championship match. However, a mystery attacker took him out before his number 1 contenders match. And Zell Quinn, the opportunist that he is, snuck his way into that match and got himself the Extreme Championship. And then lo and behold, believe it or not, I'm sure you all saw it coming, Zell Quinn and the Q Crew were the ones that took out Hugh Day Ask. No! Oh my god. But yes, Hugh Day Ask now wanting his revenge for getting screwed out of the Extreme Championship match that he could have had. In the following bout, El Jaguar and Luis Montero Jr. get their first ever Coastal Zone Tag Team title shot as they are the first challengers for Rich and Famous, winning the Tag Team Battle Royal. El Jaguar was the last man standing, but Rich and Famous are absolutely no pushovers, and with the Coastal Kings in their pocket, who knows the uphill battle that Jaguar and Luis have ahead of them. In the 5th contest, Carlos Barrera takes on Kira Lee after a couple of setbacks. Carlos tried to make, as we're making the push for relevancy, Carlos is making his own push for relevancy. But when the lights are the brightest, Carlos cannot perform. And after one too many losses, he gets in his own head. And Sky Hermosa, just wrong place, wrong time. Carlos brings out his brand new arm breaker submission finish, Sky Hermosa, wrong place, wrong time. He lets his frustrations out, cranking on her arm until her tag partner, Kira Lee, comes out, makes the save. A heated exchange of words on the following edition of Coast to Coast, where Kira Lee says that, God damn it, Carlos, you're right. You're absolutely right. You don't belong in the main event scene. I would be a much better fit for the main event scene. And Carlos says, you couldn't fucking hang. You wouldn't be able to lace my boots. And I'm the one with the fucking main character syndrome here. So, Carlos Barrera, Kira Lee. Match number 6 sees Frankie Perez take on Seth Whitehead. These two men met in the 3-way on Coast to Coast episode 29, where California Love Machine clinched his spot in the world title match. But Frankie Perez took the pin, and Seth Whitehead was not having it, laying out Frankie Perez after the match, saying that he should have won that match. Frankie fucked up and lost the match. And these two, the two pettiest characters I have built on Coastal Zone in a long time. So the pettiness battle comes to a head at the pay-per-view. Our semi-main sees the Confederation of the Territories World Heavyweight Championship up for grabs as Doc Hammond. Year-long memes I have made of Doc Hammond on this channel finally comes to a head as I have brought him into Coastal Zone on behalf of Freedom Caribbean Wrestling, because he did get picked up there in this save. The most boring wrestler alive. Everybody yawns and boos, and he gets Logan Paul heat. He gets X-Pac heat. He gets Michael Cole heat here in Coastal Zone. They fucking hate him because he's boring and he sucks, and he's going up against the biggest and most based and best wrestler alive, Frankie-Boy Fernandez. Frankie-Boy defending his COTT Heavyweight Championship. Doc Hammond kind of been in the pocket of Fox Mask and Mask Cougar recently after Frankie-Boy failed to clinch his spot in the 3-way. Fox Mask and Mask Cougar gave him a surprise and kind of orchestrated the partnership, or orchestrated the deal to get Doc Hammond in for this match as punishment for existing, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, the most boring versus the most epic in the semi-main. But the main event sees Mask Cougar, punishment from Sean McFly, as Sean McFly was disgusted. He felt CZCW's world title and the brand as a whole was made a mockery of by Fox Mask and the Coastal Kings at the previous pay-per-view Battle on the Beach, seeing Mask Cougar steal Frankie-Boy Fernandez's world championship thanks to Rich and Famous running in and costing him the match. And as punishment, Sean McFly says that Mask Cougar's first title defense will be not against one, but two different men. American Flash and CLM both earned their stripes, earned a spot in this match, winning their own respective 3-ways on the following episodes of Coast to Coast. American Flash beating Frankie-Boy Fernandez and Carlos Barrera, CLM beating Fox Mask and Seth Whitehead. Will American Flash live up to his name as CZCW's homegrown hero, taking the title back from the evil force that is Mask Cougar? Can California Love Machine fulfill his destiny, win his first ever world championship? Frankie Boy has kind of turned into the big star that everybody thought California Love Machine was going to turn out to be, but now he has a chance to win his world title. But can Mask Cougar and the Coastal Kings, who of course are going to be watching, despite it being a 3v3, despite it being a 33 and a third chance on paper, Mask Cougar, a member of the Coastal Kings, the head, not the head, Fox Mask is the head, but Fox Mask's number 2. The Coastal Kings are always going to be watching. Who knows what they have up their sleeve, as that is the card. So without further ado, I say we waste no more time and we get straight in. Oh, we should waste it. I am making the pay-per-views 2.5 hours now. I am tired of cutting time for matches, cutting angles. I would much rather have the problem where I'm adding time to every match and adding angles in between every match. I would much rather have that than cutting time. So yes, pay-per-views are going to be 2.5 hours now, except for Welcome to the Coastal Zone, which will become 3 hours from now on. My roster is big enough to where I can have a good 8-match card without cutting time. So 2.5 hour pay-per-views now. This is the debut of 2.5 hour pay-per-views. Now, without further ado, we got a fun pay-per-view ahead of us. Let's get into Wave of Fury 2022. And we open the pay-per-view with a promo from our boys, the Coastal Kings, California Love Machine, and Frankie-Boy Fernandez. Essentially, both men hyping up their matches for later. Frankie-Boy says tonight he will make a fool out of Doc Hammond. He's sick of these ex-TCW guys coming into CZCW, trying to take what's his. Seth Whitehead failed. Doc Hammond's gonna fail too, but that's not even the important thing. What's important is that tonight, California Love Machine is going to win his first ever Coastal Zone Championship. He says, no disrespect to American Flash, we're all in this together, yes. No disrespect, but tonight is California Love Machine's night. And we open, we get the crowd pumped for the opener, which is, of course, Heartbreaker versus Air Raid Siren. Air Raid Siren finally taking the responsibility that was bestowed upon her once she kicked Heartbreaker right in his little heart balls and created this monster that we see before us. But just like Dr. Frankenstein, if you create a monster, it is not that easy to get rid of it. They have great chemistry. As after 9 minutes and 43 seconds, Air Raid Siren is just not able to defeat the violent, ruthless, heartbroken, unbreakable. What was that? Yeah, the heart unbreakable Air Raid Heartbreaker hits Air Raid Siren with the Idolizer. 9:43. Air Raid Siren is not able to kill the monster she created. The monster has overcome what she started. And 47 for the opener. And after the match, Heartbreaker says that now that he has focused all of his energy and the weight of the world into his wrestling ability, nobody can stop him now. So if he goes for a championship, there's nobody on this roster that's going to prevent him from winning gold. 41 for that promo. Up next, we get the Gangster Nation Beach Boys. They finally will get their big blow off, to the point where I unintentionally have overbooked the match. I've ran it too many times, so this match will probably get a penalty. I don't really give a shit. If it gets a bad rating because of overbooked, it is what it is. But after, oh my god, I didn't even get a penalty. Fuck yeah. After 12 minutes and 43 seconds, even though it's not for the titles and it's not even for a number one contendership, Gangster Nation finally, clean as a whistle, in a hardcore match, have beaten the former tag team champions, the Beach Boys. Gangster Nation prove that they've beaten the Beach Boys. They should be the tag champs. So the next step is for them to win that. Simon Waves carried the match. Really good. I'm really happy with Simon Waves. He's been actually very quietly decent in this save. Gangster Nation, decent performance from both of them. Yeah, overall good match. We have a promo from the Coastal Kings. I don't know why it did so bad, but oh well. We're just essentially there hyping up the main event. And they just give like this ominous message of just nobody can beat us. Now that we have the world title, nobody's taking it from us. We will always have something up our sleeve. We always have someone in the crowd waiting to strike, someone in the back waiting to strike. You guys can try all you want to take us down. We have enough people with us to make sure that we never, ever lose this title. Alright, 35 for that. Hugh Ask versus Zell Quinn is up next. 65 for the Zell Quinn Hugh Ask match. Hugh Ask finally getting his revenge for Zell Quinn, screwing him out of a potential Extreme Championship title match and maybe even title reign. This match goes 15 minutes and 8 seconds with the cutthroat driver. Hude-Ass getting the victory, finishing off Zell Quinn and hopefully the Q crew for the foreseeable future for him. We then have the third man in the main event later tonight, American Flash, who hypes himself up. He says tonight will be the night he wins his third ever CZCW title. Masked Cougar is nothing but a flash in the pan. And tonight, he will fall victim to American Flash. And yeah, I'm winning, is essentially what he said. He will get his revenge on Masked Cougar for stabbing him in the back, screwing him over, stealing the title. He will take everything away from him, just like he tried to do to him and Tony. Up next are the CZCW Tag Team Championships, Rich and Famous versus El Jaguar and Luis Montero Jr. And just like Fox Mask was saying, you can try all you want to take out a member of the Coastal Kings, but they always have somebody waiting to strike. And that's the same story here, as Rich and Famous were looking to be defeated by El Jaguar and Luis Montero Jr., Guru is chanting, "We're gonna have new champs! We're gonna have new champs!" When Air Attack Weasel runs out, screws El Jaguar, Luis Montero Jr., gets involved in the match, allowing Rich and Famous to recuperate. Jake Idol hits the house always wins on Luis Montero Jr. to make their first defense of their 5th reign as Coastal Zone Tag Team Champions. Yeah, fans were turned off by the finish of the match, but in spite of that, Jackpot Jordan, Jake Idol, both so good that it didn't matter. The match got a 61. I mean, probably could have done a lot better, but I mean, we're here to tell stories. Honestly, we're here to tell stories. That's why I remember when I started this channel, I used to be really fucking mad anytime something didn't get a good rating. Now, I'm glad that I have gotten past that and I can eat a 15 opening match on a show and just be like, you know what? Oh well, we're telling the stories. I like to play this game as a modem to tell stories, so that's what I'm doing. Rich and Famous make defense number 1. After that, they are trying to taunt over El Jaguar and Luis Montero Jr. when the Inner City Express make their return to Coastal Zone. We have not seen Jackpot Jordan, we have not seen Jay Becker or Malik Cash since Jackpot Jordan and Jake Idol took them out on their debut. Jay Becker and Malik Cash were the first victims of Rich and Famous when they returned, and we haven't seen them since. They were written off, but now they're back, and they're here to take everything from Jackpot and Jake. Jackpot and Jake put Ice on the shelf for a few weeks. Now Ice are here to hopefully put Jackpot Jordan and Jake Idol out to pasture. Big return here on the pay-per-view. Jay Becker and Malik Cash are back, and they are going for Rich and Famous. Get their revenge. Yeah, up next, we have Carlos Barrera versus Kira Lee. Gets a fucking 74. Beautiful stuff. I knew this match was going to do great. I like Carlos Barrera a lot. He's proving me right. Kira Lee also has a lot of potential. So, a really fun match between these two here. Match goes 20 minutes and 22 seconds. 74 rating. Carlos Barrera finally gets himself a win against a credible threat against Kira Lee here. Hopefully the next one he doesn't lose, or else he'll lose his shit again. 74 for this match. We have Sean McFly confronting the Coastal Kings, and he says, Fox, hey, buddy, look, I watched what you just did with the tag team titles. I am not allowing my pay-per-view to fall the exact same fate that the last one did. I am not going to let you turn Wave of Fury into what Battle on the Beach became. So you know what, Masked Cougar? You know what, Fox Mask? You, Weasel, your protege, Jackpot, Jake, all of you are banned from ringside. If any of you show up, you're fired on the spot, and Mask Cougar is stripped from the title. So, if you really want to keep a hold on that title, you better pray that Mask Cougar defends it. And the heels, they make this whole big thing. The fans are like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, Mask Cougar's going to have to do this on its own. He's going to have to do it on its own. 36 for this angle. In a bombshell announcement, Mask Cougar not only has to defend his title in a triple threat match, however, he has to defend it without the Coastal Kings at ringside, unless they're willing to sacrifice their jobs, which, they're not, brother. 36 for this, fuck you, son, I don't care. Up next, we have Seth Whitehead versus Frankie Perez, the Battle of the Petty. You do not find two men more petty than this. Match goes 20 minutes and 47 seconds. What a fucking match. Finally, Seth Whitehead finally fulfilling his potential in this save as he defeats Frankie Perez in 20 minutes and 47 seconds by submission with the Minnesota Stretch. 84 rated match. Frankie Perez failing once again, and he does not take the loss well. He takes a while to leave the ring. He's fucking mad at himself. He's punching the ring. He punches the mat. He doesn't interact with any. He is pissed. He is pissed. 62 rated match. Or angle. Fuck me. 62 rated angle. It is time for our semi-main. The most based wrestler on the planet Earth, Frankie-Boy Fernandez, defends his Confederation of the Territories Championship against the most boring wrestler in the world, Freedom Caribbean Wrestling's Doc Hammond. This match gets an 81 because Doc Hammond, I want to have a fucking word with Puerto Rican Power. This asshole gave Doc Hammond creative control. He gave Scout. He's like, I need Scout so bad. I'm willing to give him creative control. Fuck Doc Hammond. So that's why the match only got an 81. It could have gotten a lot better if I didn't have to protect Doc fucking... I'm mad about it. Frankie-Boy Fernandez makes defense number 8 of his COTT World Heavyweight Championship. After 21 minutes and 59 seconds, he defeats the most boring wrestler on the planet. The fans lose their fucking minds. They're so happy Doc Hammond loses. 81 rated match. Frankie-Boy Fernandez is a fucking miracle worker. The fact that he was able to get Doc Hammond to an 80 is a miracle, and he got an extra point on top of that. And after the match, he's celebrating, and Doc Hammond gets up. He doesn't jump him or anything. He eventually gets to his feet, and he gets right in his face, and he has a microphone, and all Doc Hammond says is, Frankie, you win tonight, alright? You win tonight, Frankie. But one day, I'll come back, and I'm coming back to take everything from you. And he drops the mic, and he leaves, and the fans are like, please, for the love of God, never come back. But he might come back, and that's what we have to worry about one day. 67 rated promo, and that's the final promo before our main event, the World Championship match. Mask Cougar is now all alone. Fox Mask was fucking taking a victory lap earlier in the show already when he said that, oh, we'll always have somebody at the ring, or we'll always have somebody watching, and then he pushed his luck. Air Attack Weasel helped out Rich and Famous. He pushed his luck. Sean McFly banned them all from ringside, so Mask Cougar has to do this all alone. And he's not going up against one man. He's going up against two men that hate his fucking guts. Both men hate his fucking guts so much. However, they both want that world title. So at the beginning of the match, there's a little bit of team up between Flash and CLM. How could there not be? They've been teaming up for a while now. But one too many spots go awry, one too many moments of just the two of them standing, and then eventually it becomes a full three-way. We get a good 15 minutes, full three-way, 50-50. Oh, it can't be 50-50-50. 33 and a third, 33 and a third, 33. It's an even match. Masked Cougar, despite the fact he's taken shortcuts, does not take away the fact that he is still a top competitor in not only this company's history, but this company today. Yes, he's taking shortcuts to win. However, he doesn't need to. He might need to win consistently, but he is absolutely one of the best competitors this roster has. However, it gets to a point where California Love Machine hits a move on Masked Cougar. He looks to go for the pinfall. It is cut off by American Flash. Masked Cougar's able to roll out of the ring. American Flash and CLM, they're going back and forth. And eventually, Masked Cougar goes for his high-velocity senton. He barely misses it. California Love Machine scoops him up. CLM, he hits his finisher. He's gonna do it. California Love Machine is about to win his first ever CZCW championship when Masked Cougar rolls back in and rolls up California Love Machine for the quick victory. He steals it. He steals CLM's world championship right from him. He almost did it. California Love Machine almost won his first ever CZCW championship, and at the last moment, Masked Cougar steals the match with a roll-up. After 25 minutes and 22 seconds, Masked Cougar, American Flash, and California Love Machine have a fucking brawl. 82. What a match. Masked Cougar gets the roll-up, and even though he didn't cheat, he runs away. He escapes with the title. He has defied the odds. Believe it or not, the fans are like, oh my god, California was so close, but no cigar. He had it. And it went away just like that. So close. 82 rated show. Let's fucking get it. Alright, who's mad right now? I forgot who's mad already. I know Chet Chavez is mad. I know Seth Whitehead's probably mad. Somebody else was mad. Fuck, somebody else was mad. I don't know. Just, you can't go wrong gassing up Frankie-Boy. He's earned it. He had to wrestle with Doc Hammond. 11, oh my god, $116,000. Jesus. And another pop in the Southwest. Let's fucking get it. What a show. California Love Machine almost finished the story. He almost did it. But Masked Cougar steals it at the end. Successful title defense for the Cougs. Rick Cougs is what I call him. Alright, Raleigh. Oh my god. Raleigh Muckletruck is the 21 CW World Champion. They could have watched our show. They could have watched us and they didn't. Oh my god. Oh god, what are we doing? Alright, I'm not looking. No more. I'm not looking at other companies. They're just disgusting. These other companies don't know how to book. It's as simple as that. Alright. Oh my god, everybody's How many fucking morale issues is this asshole gonna have? Okay, sorry. Alright, so yeah, that concludes the Wave of Fury build and pay-per-view. Really good stuff. I'm very much happy with the storylines I've got going. So other than the fact that everyone on my roster hates me right now, I think we're doing really well. I really like what I've been cooking up. And up next, we are doing Reach for the Sky. What will happen now that Mash Cougar has weaseled his way out of that match? We have 1, 2, 3. So a normal 4-week build, then Reach for the Sky upcoming. So that's good. We have nothing pre-booked for the next Coast to Coast, nothing pre-booked for Reach for the Sky. So yeah, we are chilling. All right, I hope you all enjoyed this edition of Coastal Zone Championship Wrestling, and I hope you all come back for episode number 23. What are we at? Taping number 32 of Coast to Coast.